Hello, beautiful people. My name's Amanda from Light of Alchemy. Just doing a little cleansing here and a protection around this video that I'm creating today. Welcome to this space. Today I'm going to be talking about spirit guides, but I'm going to be starting with a little bit about myself and what I do, a little bit about energy, and then we're going to head into a spirit guide meditation so you can connect to your spirit guide or your spirit guides. So, my name's Amanda and I am an energy practitioner. I have always been obsessed with the unseen. I love going beyond the veil, going beyond this 3D reality, and I love connecting with spirit. And I have been doing that since I was a little girl, and I have found that as I've gotten older and my connection to God or the divine, whatever you want to call it, has increased, I have really started to activate my gifts more and more. So that means that I'm able to see beyond this 3D world. I'm able to feel sensations from spirit and just know that it's all connected. There's no such thing as time and space, and it's all connecting at the same time. We're able to connect with our loved ones that have crossed over at the same time, even though they're not here anymore. And I'll dive deeper into that in a moment. But energy work. So you're here today to connect in with your spirit guides or to learn a little bit more about your spirit guides, right? So before doing that, you need to understand the concept of energy, and you need to understand the concept of time and space. So everything is energy, right? Everything. And energy just doesn't die. Energy is we're constantly growing, learning, and dying, and then coming back again. So it's this cycle. And it's the same thing with a tree, for example. Excuse me. It's the same thing with a tree. So the tree grows in the springtime. It starts to die off in the winter. Those blooms and flowers and fruit go back into the earth and give nutrients back to the earth, give nutrients back to the tree. Then the tree dies down a little bit more, gives life back to the tree. The tree starts to bloom again in the springtime. And it's just that constant cycle. We don't just die. We're constantly dying and being reborn again. And it's just the cycle. It's eternal. So I do this eternity symbol to represent that it's just always with us. It's not linear. We look at time and this 3D world in this 3D mindset. And that's quite limited when you've got your belief systems and perceptions around just this 3D world and this physical world. Time is not linear. In this 3D world, it is. We look at a clock and we work by the clock, the 9 to 5. We have got things we've got to get done by a certain time in this physical world. But if you look at it with a more expanded consciousness, you'll know that time is not linear. So when someone passes away in this 3D world, we're still able to connect to them, just not in a way that we did before. It's actually quite interesting. It's quite deep. It's deeper. It's like a deeper connection, I feel. And when that person has passed, all of the layers, all of the programmings, all of the traumas, all of the things that have held you back, all of the belief systems have been removed when you cross over. And it's because you're able to access the essence of that soul, not the physical body with the personality, because the personality is not you. Your thoughts are not you. Your trauma is not you. We're able to access that essence, that soul. So if we can start to think of everything as energy and nothing ever dies, and if we can think of the soul not as this physical being. I'm just going to take this off. I'm quite hot now. I'm on the Sunshine Coast here in Australia, and it's really not that cold, but anyway, if we can start looking at the world through a expanded consciousness, we will start to really activate our gifts and really start to see our past loved ones, our spirit guides, ascended masters, and possibly even star families. So, spirit guides. We are able to access our spirit team. We just need to understand that that's possible, get out of our heads and into our heart space. So there are all different types of spirit guides. Spirit guides can come through as an actual an animal, so spirit animal. Your spirit guide may be communicating through the animal to give you signs. Ask. Sometimes your spirit guides will come through without you asking. They're just there and you can just feel them. And sometimes they come through when you are really struggling with something and you need support. When you're praying, they'll come through, you'll feel them, and they'll come through if you ask as well. And most of the time they come through during your dreams, or they come through during meditation, or when you're doing a healing practice that would implement them. So, for example, my womb healing courses that I do, a lot of the time the ancestors come through. They come through with spirit guides because it's clearing for them too. So there's all different types of spirit guides. So we're talking about the spirit animals, we're talking about ancestral spirit guides, we're talking about spirit guides from other dimensions, from other star planets, spirit guides like ascended masters and deities like Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, those kind of spirit guides that are the beautiful ascended masters. They are for everyone on the earth. So they're earth spirit guides to help assist us. And then we've got our own spirit guides, which is our ancestors or spirit guides from past lives. And then we've got or friends. And then we've got spirit guides as animals. And then we've got spirit guides that are actually us. It's our higher self. So there are all different versions that live within you. You have all different versions of yourself that sometimes keep you stuck. Your higher self is your soul's essence, right? So your higher self is that essence, that deeper part of you that's full of love and compassion and the light being. That's the light, right? You can access that. Your higher self gets information from universal light, and you can tap into that information. Your spirit guides also have that information too, but you can go straight to the source rather than going straight like to the spirit guide and then going up to the source. You can go straight to the source rather than going to your spirit guide. But spirit guides are great for just, really connecting with them, connecting with the the spirits beyond the veil. Spirit guides have a reputation for doing something that is just so incorrect. A lot of people go to their spirit guides for help, and they ask them what they need to do. And their spirit guide will say, go and do this. You need to do this. Break up with that person. Stop being friends with this person. That's not true. Your spirit guide will never tell you what to do. Your spirit guide knows the law of free will and the law of non-intervention. So your spirit guide will never influence you or persuade you to take you off the path to enlightenment. So we're all here on this earth school, and some of us have to go down before going up to enlightenment. And there's all these different paths that we can take to get to enlightenment. Our spirit guides and our higher self want us to ascend, but sometimes we have to go down. Sometimes we have to go into the shadows in order to come back up. And sometimes that ascension is really, really fast. And sometimes that ascension is slower because you're going this way. So remember, time and space is an illusion. So we've got here, so this is the space and this is the time, okay? So you can go straight up here to enlightenment, but sometimes you've got to go down first to go up, and then sometimes you've got to go traveling and then go up. So it's just, we're all going up here, but sometimes we take these paths, we get persuaded, and then we get stuck down here. But the goal is to grow, to ascend, to learn. That's why we're here, to bring in more light. So yeah, sometimes we just don't go straight up, and there's all these lessons and growth down here that parachute us up here. Yeah, so that's the spirit guides want to help us get there. They're always working for our best and highest good, always. And your spirit guides will never tell you to stop speaking to someone or to do something. You can go to your spirit guides for guidance and to expand your consciousness a little bit more. But if you try and ask your spirit guide, should I sell my house and should I buy a new one? Spirit guide, should I leave my job? Your spirit guide won't tell you. Trust me. I've tried. Even asking with a pendulum, spirit guides or universal light, what should I do? Should I leave? Should I stay? And it just won't work. And a lot of us go to like tarot readers and fortune tellers for the answers, but I wouldn't recommend it, because at the end of the day, I'm here to empower you to make the right decision for you. I feel like so many of us give our power away to external sources like spirit guides and to psychics and clairvoyants, and we don't trust ourselves. So it's really important to practice discernment, even with the spirit world as well as the physical world as well. Always come back to yourself, come back to your heart, connect to your higher self and ask yourself, is this for my best and highest good? So yeah, your spirit team's always helping you. So there's many ways to connect to your spirit guides. So like I was saying before, you can connect with them during meditation and through dream time. I love to connect with them during dream time. What happens sometimes with dream time is that they come through, you'll feel the familiarity of the soul, but their face will look completely different. They usually show up in a way that you would recognize them. But remember, time and space is an illusion, right? So they might show up as this version that you can remember, or they might show up as an older version or a younger version, or they might show up as a reincarnated version of themselves, but you can still feel the soul. I want you to really tune into your intuition when you're connecting with a spirit guide. Really use your discernment and ask yourself, who is this soul? How does it feel familiar? I'm feeling this heart coherence with this soul, but this facet, this is not who it really is. Tune into the feeling, because spirit guides sometimes do come through as different beings, but most of the time they come through in a way that would help you recognize that that's actually them. So yeah, spirit guides can come through. Okay, this is a bit wild, but what's happened once before was that I had a client here and a spirit guide had come through. And I knew that this spirit guide was still living here on this earth in this 3D world. And I said to the client, this person's come through, but he's still living here. And she said, yes, that makes sense. This person was very connected to God and could be in all different dimensions at the same time. So he was still living here and he was still over there, but he was here at the same time. He was able to be in all different dimensions at the same time. And this is what happens with our dream time as well. We can access alternate realities and alternate universes at the same time as being here in this 3D world, because it's all existing at the same time, past, present, and future. Another example, I had a dream that I saw my nan who has passed. I saw her walking down the street in my dream, and it looked like the 1960s. And I got really excited when I saw her, but then I had this resistance, and I thought, if I yell out to her, she's not going to recognize who I am because I didn't exist, right? Because this was before I was existing. So I went back in time in my dream, and Nan was walking down the street and she had all of her friends with her. And I thought, okay, am I going to yell out? Will she recognize me? Anyway, I ran down the street and I yelled out, Nan! And she turned around, but she didn't recognize the word Nan, but she had recognized the energy that was calling her. And she turned around and she came up walking towards me. She came up walking towards me and she looked at me in the eyes and she grabbed my shoulders and she looked at me like, Amanda, is that you? And I just started crying and I was like, Nan, it's me. And she goes, oh, Amanda, how are you? And it's so good to see you here, kind of thing. And I just thought it was so amazing that it was just, there was no time. And it was all existing in the same dimension there. And even though she wasn't a Nan in that lifetime, she recognized me as a soul because we had spent many lives together. And it was this heart. When love is so strong and powerful, it keeps you together forever. It keeps you together forever. So I just thought that was a perfect example of how spirit is always with us. And yeah, it makes you feel really amazing when you can connect to your spirit team as well. So yeah, in saying that, we're going to do this meditation to help you connect to your spirit guides. And I would like to invite you to really try to get out of your logical mind, to analyze the things. Okay, this is the left brain, logical, analyzing, got to work it out, wrap your head around it. This side is your right brain, so this is your intuition, this is your artistic side, and it's your non-logic, so your connection to spirit. And I want you to tune into this side a little bit more, okay? We're so used to being on this side. It's time to tune into this side, because we have been programmed for such a long time, for thousands of years, really, to believe that this is all that it is. But guys, it's way beyond this. It's really amazing that we're starting to tap into this this universal spiritual wisdom. So I invite you to, try not to overanalyze it, try not to overthink it. If you see a being and you think that that's really strange, like it could be an ant as a spirit guide, or it could be a dog, or it could even be an alien or a star being of some sort, go with it. Try not to doubt yourself, okay? So just closing down your eyes, taking a deep breath in through your nose and holding at the top, and breathing out. Just slowing down your body now after hearing all of this information that may have blown your mind. Just slowing down now. Just coming into a state of peace and calm in the body. Slowing down your nervous system. And just coming back to a natural breath. Now, from your heart space, I'd like you to imagine with every breath in, as your lungs expand, it's a bright light in the center of your heart. And that light is beaming larger and larger, beaming out of your heart space. Coming out and creating a beautiful big portal in front of you. Creating a big portal that's growing taller and taller, big enough for you to walk through. You may even see different colors of lights and rays, creating this portal. Beyond this portal is a beautiful enchanted forest. And when you are ready, you can step through the light, going into this portal, stepping into this enchanted forest. What can you see? Can you see the trees, the grass, perhaps you can see flowers, mountains? Take a few moments to explore this beautiful land. Just exploring this beautiful, enchanted land. And now from 100% pure divine light, as you look over in the distance, you can see a beautiful light coming up towards you. beautiful light as it starts to fade, and you can now see a figure. You may see one figure, or you may see many figures. This is your spirit guide or your spirit team. So much love and gratitude to this beautiful light being that's here to help guide you and assist you on your journey here on the earth. Pay attention to what your spirit guide looks like. The eyes, the hair, or if it's an animal, the texture of the skin or the fur. It's really connecting to this beautiful spirit. This spirit guide has known you for many lifetimes and is here to help assist you. As you're connecting to your spirit guide now, I'd like you to imagine that your hearts are connecting. You may see the rays of light connecting your hearts together, beaming love at one another. Now really see this spirit guide by looking into its eyes. Notice the colors. Notice the feeling that you may get in your body, the remembering. With this heart coherence and this connection through the iris. Just feeling that deep connection. I'm going to leave you for a few moments now to really connect with your spirit guide. You may need some clarity or support with something that you're going through at the moment. Your spirit guide may have messages for you. You may have questions for your spirit guide also. So just take a few moments to enjoy this connection with your spirit guide in this enchanted land. And I'll come back in a moment. just finishing up now. Just coming back to where the portal started to open up in this enchanted land. It's coming back to where it all began. You can now say goodbye to your spirit guide and just give so much love and blessings to all of the messages, or if you didn't receive any messages today, that's okay. You can come back and do this again. Just giving love and gratitude to this connection, meeting your spirit guide. And again, if you didn't meet your spirit guide, that's okay. That's okay. You may meet your spirit guide again at another time. So just now, saying goodbye. And just know that you can come back here whenever you like. You can see your portal opening up, growing bigger, growing taller. Just having that last connection with this land. You may even feel the soil in between your toes or the grass on your ankles. And now just stepping through the portal, coming back into the heart, coming back into the now, coming back into the body, coming back. Just taking a deep breath in through your nose, holding at the top and releasing out, coming back to the body, breathing in through the nose, holding at the top and breathing out. Just feeling blood in your veins and your nervous system, breathing in, holding at the top and releasing out. Just feeling your heart beating, coming back. You may want to open your eyes when you're ready and just coming back. Well done on going into the fifth dimension and accessing your spirit guide or spirit guides in the enchanted land. You may want to take down some notes or any messages that came through, any visualizations that you had that were really prominent. Remember that if you didn't see a spirit guide today, that's okay. We're not forcing anything to happen. It's all going to happen in divine timing. And yeah, just have so much gratitude if you did meet your spirit guide today. It's really amazing. So if you have any questions or if you'd like to share your experience on connecting to your spirit guide, I would love to hear. I'd love to hear in the comments. Or you could message me on light_of_alchemy on Instagram. I'd love to connect with you. So if you have any more questions about spirit guides and how to connect to them, if you've been struggling, please reach out. So many blessings to you. Lots of love.